James is to duck, slip, and avoid punches with his head.
Right.
Rather than one punch at a time followed by a clinch. So he throws one punch. James Toney. My sense of Ruiz, Roy, is that he doesn't like to fight outside. He doesn't
wear himself down, then he lands a big shot.
Can he be a late round fighter tonight with that body?
Oh, yeah.
Toney's connects were power punches. Hard left hand up top by Toney. He clinched and held you. What would be your remedy? He said, I'd throw him over the top rope into the stand.
So people know that he's a good fighter and he's a very good candidate.
James showing his hand speed. There's an abrasion. Just bringing it straight over the top. Now there's some hard body shots by Ruiz. He landed. Biggest moment in this round, a warning to John Ruiz for hitting.
He used to seeing. To his credit, he's as Toney.
Yeah, but one thing is, while he's outside, he's up so straight.
He had a little more physical wherewithal than when James Toney beat him up a year and a half ago.
Yeah, but that's what Toney can hurt him with.
Toney tried.
Also meet him from time to time to try to make him relax so he can hopefully catch him slipping.
The fighter of the year in 19.
John Ruiz. Jim, in the first round, I thought James Toney, just got off a little bit slow.
As long as Ruiz is trying to fight this outside fighter, he's trying to fight.
John Ruiz is
holding and clinching 15 times around.
Up in the air. This is not what he's accustomed to. This is not who he started out dancing.
Most outrageous characters in the sport, including Mike Tyson.
Hit a little lower like he usually does. That's the fight John has to fight. He can't stay there with his head. Nothing he can do to get out the way of that punch. Once again, you see him counter the right hand, this time with his own.
And now Harold Letterman has it evened up on his scorecard as the fighter. I think Toney will bring his attack more downstairs as we go along.
Yeah, because Ruiz seems to
pressure on from rounds 8 through 12 and won the fight.
One of the rebound, but if you get tense, you use it all up, and James doesn't.
Never does. I don't understand it. That's the dumbest thing he could do. He's begging to get knocked out like that. Well, James hurt Ruiz with that left hook. I ain't seen Ruiz really hurt James yet.
No, I agree with you. He's landed some of the bigger, cleaner shots.
Every one that Toney throws, but James putting it where he wants him.
More right hand, okay? He's gonna change up. You're letting him. You're letting him.
Because of the 16 clinches around. And
go as freely as he is, and landing combinations the way he is, and still
even his own manager and greatest supporter.
My answer would be he likes to say very good. Is there any more to it than that?
Well, no, he's
Step.
Ruiz, either of his own volition or on the advice of his people, called.
And he should.
Trying to get lucky. Just trying to get lucky. Keep that jab in his face.
Halfway home, 7.
Thank
Come.
All right, deep breath. Use me like
7.
Ruiz is claiming that Toney stepped on his.
Let him out. Out of there. Thank you.
Ruiz does not look hurt.
Break down here. Break. Step out. Very good. Very good.
Minute 50
Hands
left
up.
on a round.
However, Ruiz has been in such ugly fights that I don't think it won't bother him too much because he's
standing up straighter and taller than in most of his previous fights.
But Toney hurt him at outside. But
hard right hand by Toney there. Ruiz trade the ground for the challenger.
gotta work.
Ruiz's right, his left foot steps on Ruiz's right foot, and that's when Ruiz falls.
So judges' scorecards to come from behind and overhaul Galata. But he was fighting. James Toney's a late round fighter. We're into the second half of the fight, and Toney had there. But John Ruiz takes it well, although the blood is trickling from his nose. It's a heavyweight.
I'm here. Step around, John.
Maybe Felix Trinidad would be on. Tony's camp has loved to claim for years that he had to lose 38. Would have been fascinating to see him fight Lennox Lewis.
Yep.
Those elbows in back of the head. Come on.
I know.
Double it up and put the right hand hook behind it, all right? No single punching, all right?
Yeah, he's going to just about fall, but usually he's used to falling on top of his opponent.
Exactly.
That's why he does it.
He got away with hitting John Ruiz with a really good left hand after the bell at the end of the last round.
And he's supposed to do that.
He's also called a throwback fighter because of his subtle stayed up even with Tony's foot on his foot.
Can Ruiz change his tactic now for the
Pop and hold like he used to do.
Go back to being John Ruiz.
Come on, it's a jab when you go. It's a jab with a hook.
No, you get
Through the 9 rounds, Ruiz 50 out of 147.
Ruiz's landed punches, but Jim, they're like James's compared to what James Toney's landed.
Roy, is Toney scoring the fight in his head?
Oh yeah, always. Even when he's behind, he's confident.
Well, of course, his first big...
Not punching enough there.
It's been a relatively high-activity fight. for heavyweight. And here comes...
We need this round. We need this round, Johnny. Johnny's dead tired.
All night long, he's been coming back with a counter overhand right there.
But only landed 14 of them. James Toney 17 out of 37, including again.
Step out. Excellent. Excellent.
Toney's going to tell Ruiz he's dead exhausted anyway.
Exactly.
There's jiggling fat around the rib cage of James Toney.
He's dead tired now. Toney needs to go to his body and will make it bad for Ruiz. Ruiz's right hand has no steam on it right now. He's dead tired.
Combinations by Toney, letting his hands go. Ruiz trying to dig up. Even in his 3 fights against Evander Holyfield, I don't think I ever saw John Ruiz reach. Knows the fight's going to go the distance, and they rise in a free.
Win the fight.
If the fight is closely scored, and certainly we've seen